What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Boss Ladies Live Radio Show. Speaker Studios, sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. Yeah, y'all, this I Am Jackie B's new track, Believe in Yourself. Enjoy.
Jackie B exclusive. Oh yeah. Success don't happen overnight, yeah. So make up your mind and make it your right. Be choosing who you share your dreams with. Everybody don't wanna see you. No. And it's the hurtful truth.
It's the hurtful truth.
But you can do it.
Believe.
All you gotta do is
Believe in yourself for once. Believe in yourself for once.
all you gotta do is believe.
Believe.
If you really want to succeed, all you gotta do is
Believe in yourself for once.
Believe in yourself once. All you gotta do is believe.
Believe.
If you really want to achieve
greatness, this is your time.
what are you waiting on? Oh, for real.
Because this is your life.
Who are you waiting for? Yeah. Remember who you are. It don't take much to know that you are a star. Be free. Don't worry about a yes man. Go out and do the best you can.
This is a calling. Many of you out there, listen to these words. I want you to believe in yourself. Can you do that for me? You cannot do. I need you. If you can do it for them, it ain't too much to ask. I know you can do it for you. I need you to believe in yourself. This is your calling. Without a question, answer. You just gotta believe in yourself. They can't tell you different. No. Believe in yourself. Do you believe? You gotta believe. I need you to believe. I need you to believe in yourself. Da, 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 da. Believe in yourself. 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 Believe in yourself.
There go my keys. Now it's time to turn up. Dabu and Money Mac. Money Man Dabu. Is you ready? Let's get it. Hey yo man, what it do? What you want? I just left the city, now I'm on my way home. I got a couple zips if you got a couple licks, but you gotta let me know cause I'm selling out quick.
I ain't know much, me and Brooke, we chillin'. Got a couple plays, we on the road on a mission. Let me grab a few, matter of fact, like 2. I can meet you uptown, I'll leave it up to you.
As of right now, I ain't got shit left to do. I'm about to grab a bottle, then I'm headed right to you. Roll a couple blunts, then I'm tryna hit the stool. We can even match, but that's all up to you.
Okay, bet it up, I'm tryna get bent. Henny in my cup till we hella lit. Match, we can roll up anytime. And I got tracks on deck, soon as you arrive.
Sounds like a plan, I'll be through when I can. Before I come through, I gotta holler at my mans. I'm tryna run it up as fast as I can. And I don't do fronts, put the money in my hand. Skip the small talk, it's supply and demand. Skip the small talk, it's supply and demand. I don't do fronts, put the money in my hand. Tell me how you feeling, have you really had enough? We just getting started, now we on our way up. I'm all about my money, so it's time to cake up. Pack touchdown, now it's time to wake up. Tell me how you feeling, have you really had enough? We just getting started, now we on our way up. I'm all about my money, so it's time to cake up. Pack touchdown, now it's time to wake up. Now we on our way up. Tell me how you feeling, have you really had enough? We just getting started, now we on our way up. I'm all about my money, so it's time to cake up. Pack touchdown, now it's time to wake up.
Pack touchdown,
We on our way up.
pack touchdown.
We on our way up.
Pack touchdown, now it's time to weigh up. The bag touch the ground, now it's time to wake up. I'm coming in the lane, slamming through, no layup. This ain't virtual, this reality. And I'm drinking up the same bag from last night. Used to move them bags of white, this a takeoff, but your crew missed Money Man on the last flight. Me and Dabu, we on the way up from last night. Can't stop or grind, cause we that bright. Bow!
Matt set the pick, I'm just waiting on the roll. My eyes on the prize, so I'm aiming for the goal. I only go off facts, I don't believe what I'm told. If you mess with my money, then I'm coming with the pole. Shots to the head like I'm aiming for the nose. Bet you I can make him dance when I'm shooting at his toes. Bruh getting mad cause I'm taking all his hoes. I ain't worried about them, I'm just trying to get my dough. Pack on deck, everything must go. I ain't going to sleep till everything's sold. Till everything's sold. Pack on deck, everything must go. Tell me how you feeling, have you really had enough? We just getting started, now we on our way up. I'm all about my money, so it's time to cake up. Pack touchdown, now it's time to wake up. Tell me how you feeling, have you really had enough? We just getting started, now we on our way up. I'm all about my money, so it's time to cake up. Pack touchdown, now it's time to wake up.
Yeah. If you don't have that Spreaker app, I don't know what you waiting for. Go to podcast, Spreaker Podcast with that little yellow star in the middle and click on that. Search Boss Ladies Radio Show, Boss Ladies Show, technically, and click live chat and leave your comment. I'll mention you on the show right here, live on the Boss Ladies Live Radio Show. Announcements coming up tomorrow. We got some things, some changes that need to be made. And we got new things coming up in episodes. So we will be talking soon about some of those things this week. So stay tuned. Touch Base Music Maker Jam. You can check that out. DJ D-Ski Diane on the Magix app. Or another app called Loud, L-O-U-D. You can check out all the music that I made through those beats that was donated. Thank you so much for your support.
Listen today, everybody. Ask me what will be. Everybody wants to know from me. That fills your soul and my mind with harmony. Ooh. Even when I'm down and think I'm gonna lose control. Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about? It's the sound of the wind that is blowing my mind. It's the beat of the earth making me sleep at night. Have you ever tried to live without? Did you ever know what it's all about?
Cheer.
I want the attraction when I'm in the club. I want you to want me cause I want your love.
Yeah. I think I'm busy, keeping that busy. Steady on the grizzly, now it's my shine. I'm stunning when I'm running in the limelight. You steady running, your bank account says zero. I hear them talking carry. They want that top drop music out, windows down, G's up. They want that top drop music out, windows down, G's up. Top drop, with the music up. The windows down, G's up. They want it, the windows down, screaming G's up, riding in the top drop. They want it top drop.
Back in Texas, I copy like Roger. We could climb some trees and get perspective. You must not have heard. Why'd you wanna be around me in the first place? She said, baby, I've been down.
Oh, you feel the heat. You take what you want, but when you take it from me, make sure that you fall upon the floor, down to your knees. I'm not betting on me to give me peace. I'm not asking for a miracle, just you and me. Yeah, I want a miracle to give me peace. I'm not asking for a miracle, just you and me. Yeah, I want a miracle.
Shout out to Andre. He mentioned me on Facebook. Tune into his radio show tonight after my show at 10 p.m. Central Radio on Spreaker Radio. And hit up www.dre'sradiocafe.com for a special hangout show entitled The Vision to the Mission Part 1. Listen and share. Thank you. I've come to terms with the fact that my future might not involve people I'm around now. I get tired of doing this every time I try something new. Sometimes I had to walk away from what I want to find what I deserve. I made mistakes in my life. I've learned from my bad choices. I'll know better next time. Don't mention a person's past mistakes when they're trying to change. That's like throwing rocks at them while they're struggling to climb a mountain. Yeah, let's chat about that. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to a full week of new episodes right here on the Boss Ladies Live Radio Show. Speaker Studios, sponsored by Boss Ladies Inc. Welcome back to another show. Yeah, I'm excited. It's a new week, a new different way of thinking. Like I said earlier, love and hate, you fight with that decision to do the right things and you make mistakes and you got to try all over again. So this is a brand new week. Let's bring it in with some more positivity. I know some of us are going through a lot. Check out Sunday Spirituality Series at 6 p.m. Central. And I do Monday through Saturday, 9 p.m. Central on weekdays, pre-recorded and live shows, just so you know. And as I'm looking through here, my notes, the title tonight, The Same Difference. But there are differences between positive and negative, and sometimes we get it a little mixed up. Sometimes we take things the wrong way. We don't fully understand what another person is coming from. For example, I did a live recently about waking up early in the morning. It now has almost 700 views, and it's on my Miss Fabulous page, Boss Inc., Boss Team, and my Didisky family page, which you can check out at your own leisure. It's about 30 minutes long, and I talked about some things that I dreaded and also the ways of thinking that I had differently years ago till now. And I was trying to explain the fact that I dreaded waking up early in the morning because I wasn't doing what I was passionate about. And that's also a difference, what people are passionate about and what people are angry about. So we're going to be talking a little bit about that tonight. But back to the situation at hand. And someone took it in the wrong way. I think they did, due to the comments that were made. And it was a lot said, at the same time. And it's not, my suggestion is this: if you are going through something and you're dealing with something that's tough, and I don't think you should bring it out in public first. I think if you have somebody you can trust, you should take that conversation with a person you can trust with that information, because some people were okay with it. Some people didn't care, but a lot of people didn't like it and they thought it was a negative issue. So I wasn't the only one that thought that it was kind of off the subject, because I was trying to uplift people about, getting up earlier, like, for example, Warren Buffett, he gets up between the hours of 5 a.m. to about 6 p.m. By 8 o'clock, he's already started his day. He's dressed, he's showered, he's ready to go. And he's in his almost 80s, 70s or whatever. He's an old guy, you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to cut on him or nothing like that, but he is. And I feel like if he can get up early in the morning and do the things that he's passionate about, it's much different than getting up in the morning doing something or going to work to a job that you really don't want to do. And that's the thing that I was trying to do. It went over some people's head, and I had to take the initiative to say, okay, I can be negative back, but I won't. I emphasize with certain people's situations that they just can't get over, or it's really, really tough to go through. But healing hurts, and that's part of the process. You have to hurt in order to heal. because it hurted when you had the sore, And so part of the healing process is hurting. I don't care if it's a physical thing with your body, your mental healing from that, a bad toxic relationship. And I've talked about that numerous of times in my narcissism series. So if you haven't checked it out, I Raised by a Narcissist, I still have that up on the playlist. Please check that out, because a lot of us have becoming from a narcissistic relationship. And a narcissist is fully explained in that episode. So I, advise that you check it out. And this whole conversation based on that live, it just didn't turn out right. And things that should have been said wasn't said, and stuff that was said shouldn't have been said, or it was taken the wrong way. But there's a difference between positive people and negative people. And we're going to learn that. And I'm going to start with number one. Failure is a part of learning, and I didn't know that at first, because growing up, failure, not winning was real big growing up. If you didn't win, you suck, all the rest of that. And you hear it so much, you start believing it. But once I got into leadership, I learned that there's a view on failure. You can either view it as an opportunity to get better, or you can view it as an opportunity to stay bitter. And in this particular situation, it was a bitterness there somewhere. It was devastation there. I'm going to identify. And I did do that on Why So Angry in season 1. I talked about how we need to identify when we're angry. And we don't need to lash out at people because we're angry. We need to identify that, come to grips with it, find out where it's coming from in the first place, and address it accordingly. You don't lash out at people. You don't do that. Then people look at you in a different way, especially when you just know each other on social media and you haven't met in person. That really plays a part in meeting them at all, if anything. Number 2, I can do hard things. And we hear this in the Word of God. I can do all things through Christ Jesus who strengthens us. But do we really believe that? A lot of times we can say that to make ourselves look good, but are we really living our life, and is it lining up that way? Are we really taking on these challenges in a positive way? Because there's no growth without struggle. Like I said, hurting is part of the healing process. Just like coming into an accident, coming into breaking your leg, coming into, breaking your heart, or whatever it is. It's part of the process. And it makes you a better person if you allow it to be. And it's all about attitude at the end of the day. I have an attitude plaque on my wall. And when I close these 15 things out, I will definitely share it with you guys on how to look at things as a whole. And I think when I look at that plaque, I look at it every day and I apply it to myself. So whatever I'm saying to you, I'm actually saying it to myself. I mean, for everybody that's out there really going through, I wish you the best. I hope that you stay encouraged. I hope that you don't let this, corrupt what good things that you have. Because our minds are so set on the things that we're used to setting them on till we don't switch it up, till we forget that there is blessings that we need to count. Because if all you're counting is your possessions, you don't have much in life. Number 3, I always give my best. Yes, that's all I can do is do my best. And if it's a mistake, I'll learn from it. If it's not, based on what other people think or say or do, I still have to have the right attitude. She is inspiring, It was a live that was supposed to be inspiring, striving to get better on how you look at getting up early in the morning. How you look at, is this something you're passionate about, or is this something you have to do? That's the difference. Number 6, what can I do better? What I could have done better is not respond at all, because sometimes responding brings the worst out of people. Sometimes, listening first and talking second will put things in perspective. Really find out where this person is coming from. And, I've learned over the years not to look at an email or look at a comment when my head is all over the place, when I'm not truly focused on the conversation, not to even get involved. Come back to it later. Do what you can do. And that is do better. Number 7, people can change. Even though this one incident happened, that doesn't mean that, I got to keep dwelling on it, beating myself up about it. I just know next time what to do. And I will make the changes necessary to do better next time. Number 8, I still have a lot to learn. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Things happen. Sometimes I'm no filter. I say what I want to say. Sometimes I catch myself. I still have to learn to listen more. Number 9, let's go big. The Magic of Thinking Big is a great book when you want to switch your mental thinking. And I think that's where the mishap came, when it was like, okay, it's all about how you think about it. And then I said their name. Well, maybe I should have took their name out and just said it's all how you think about whatever you're thinking about. Think about what you're thinking about. So it's more of an encouragement piece versus to a personal attack. I just want her to shut up. That is not the way to come off. It's really tricky in terms of social media, because you can say hi and somebody can get mad at you. You can say, how you doing? And it's not the right time to be in their inbox. Different things like that. Because I've seen a lot of that. I mean, you won't send me a friend request, but you'll jump in my inbox and expect me to respond to you like I don't have a life, like all I do is sit on Facebook all day long. That's not my life. If I get to you, I will get to you eventually in the order that it was received. Because I know a lot of people. I do a lot of things. I wear many hats. So it's not I'm trying to be rude or anything like that, but I do have a set routine in my day and my evenings. So I do have a time and place for my conversations. And basically, I'm really focused on what I'm doing right now. And small talk can be, last on the list. Not trying to be rude, but it's the truth. Number 10, have you heard about blank? We'll be talking about that. Like, for instance, I don't like when people dislike someone because they just dislike them. They never know them. They never met them. But it's something they did or something they said. Now they don't like the person at all. I don't dislike anybody. It's just certain things that I don't like that people do. See, there's a way to think about it all, right? I am my own worst enemy or best friend. What are you telling yourself that's stopping you from doing what you need to do on a regular basis? What goals have you set for yourself that you haven't checked off yet because you're so focused on what's wrong all the time? Ask yourself that. Think about that. Are you your own worst enemy with that, or are you your best friend? And Swing is another book that teaches encouragement, finding the courage to become the person that you want to be. But it all starts with courage, faith that things are gonna go the way they should. And if not, hey, let's go back to sleep, wake up, and with a refreshed way of thinking. Don't dwell on yesterday. What is my body saying? Like I said earlier, identify that. Come to grips with it and find a solution. Because I don't have a problem with talking about problems. I have a problem with problems on problems and no problems, but no solutions. So what the solution is here? What is the common ground? What are we really angry about in the first place? Is it important enough to make a scene in front of everybody that has nothing to do with the situation? It was awkward. It wasn't right. And I got to tell you, it wasn't appropriate. It just wasn't. And so while you're doing all of that, I'm counting the numbers. While you're worried about what somebody said about you, the numbers are climbing. And I'm not trying to brag. It's just the truth. You'll see it for yourself when you watch the video called Early in the Morning. Check that out on the Didisky Diane page. And leave your comments. Leave your opinion on what was said. I'm more than happy and open to always to new ideas. But keep it positive. That's all I wanted. 13, teamwork makes the dream work. If we're always I in team, then there's no team. And 14, what's the bright side? And number 15, you're so good. What's good about it? What's positive about it? What's awesome about it? Do we think like that on a regular basis? So let us break this down in our EDU, and let's get some of EDU in our lives. And we are coming from www.lifehack.org/289959. /15 dash differences dash between dash positive dash people dash and dash negative dash people. And we are reading it from Justin Shua. 15 differences between positive people and negative people. As you know, it is a drastically different experience being around positive people versus negative ones. If you are striving to be more positive yourself, here are 15 ways you can do so. And yes, you guys, you can do it. 1. Failure is part of learning. Positive people view failure as an opportunity to learn and get better. They understand that failure is an event and doesn't define who they are. Negative people are emotionally disabled by failure because they allow it to define who they are. They fail to understand that it's part of the learning and growing process. 2. I can do hard things. Positive people love to be challenged. They understand that there is no growth without struggle. Positive people embrace difficulty and look for ways to overcome them. Negative people love the easy road because obstacles increase the likelihood of failure. They try to avoid them like the plague. 2 negative people, hard times don't make you. They break you. 3, I always give my best. Positive people focus on giving their best effort regardless of the situation. They understand that there are many things they cannot control, but effort is not one of them. No matter what, the positive person strives to give them their best, even if it isn't much. Negative people want things to come easy to them. If they have to try hard, they believe they just aren't good at it and give up. They are more likely to give their absolute best if they know people are watching them. 4, she is inspiring. Positive people are inspired by the success of others. They look at those who are excelling and ask themselves the question, what can I learn from them? Negative people become jealous and threatened by the success of others. 2 negative people, when others succeed, it means they are failing. And I did hear that. I did see that. I did erase those negative comments. I didn't think it was appropriate for the topic at hand, but it is a way to learn from it. You know, it just wasn't the time to address it. I think it could have been on a more personal level. So, you know, better days to come. What can I do better? Number 5. Positive people embrace feedback because they are always striving to get better. They are open to learn anything that will enhance their skill set. Negative people get offended when they receive correction or feedback. Instead of seeing it as means to improve, they interpret feedback as a sign of their incompetence. 6. I give power to what I focus on. Positive people focus on things they can control. They understand that their happiness is dependent on how they choose to respond to what happens to them. Positive people believe that they give power to what they focus on, so they use it wisely. Negative people center their focus on things they can't control. For example, they ruminate over past conversations, beat themselves up on past mistakes, and allow their fear of the future to stop them in their tracks today. 7. People can change. Positive people know that the only thing that doesn't change is change. They believe that they can change and that other people can change. Negative people believe that people are fixed. Therefore, they don't try to improve because they believe. What's the use? Additionally, negative people don't allow others to change. Once a negative person puts a label on something, it's very difficult for them to see it in a different way. 8. I still have a lot to learn. Positive people love to learn. They understand information evolves and what used to work 10 years ago might not be effective today. Negative people believe they work it all, they know it all, and are less likely to welcome new information if it contradicts what they believe. They care less about what's right and more about who's right. 9. Let's go big. A positive person isn't afraid to swing for the fences because they don't fear striking out. A negative person not only thinks small, but they also try to convince others that their dreams and aspirations are too big. Number 10. Have you heard about blank? Positive people build others up when they aren't around. Negative people tear people down to make themselves feel good. 11. I am my own worst enemy or best friend. Positive people have effective self-talk. They are aware of the story they tell themselves and don't allow their own thoughts to discourage them. Additionally, they are realistic with their expectations. Positive people don't feed themselves lies about their weaknesses or how difficult the situation is. There's your answer. Instead, they tell themselves what they need to do to succeed. Negative people are their own worst enemy. They struggle to see the bright side of anything, even if they are successful. They are also masterful at focusing on all of the negative aspects and diminishing their own confidence. So, baby, it was sad when you came. I'm just saying. Teamwork makes the dream work. Oh, number 12. What is my body saying? Positive people carry themselves like champions. They are purposeful in the way they interact with people, and their facial expressions show positivity. Negative people carry themselves small. They hang their heads and look down. Just by looking at them, you would think they are mad, sad, or indifferent. Definitely not happy. 13. Teamwork makes the dream work. Because they are team players, positive people will get behind and support ideas that are not theirs, even if they might disagree with it. Negative people have a hard time fully supporting ideas they feel won't be successful. When an idea that wasn't theirs doesn't succeed, they are sure to give their teammates the "I told you so" expression. 14. What's the bright side? Positive people have an attitude of gratitude. They can see the good in the situation and don't take things for granted. Negative people struggle to see the silver lining in difficult situations. They don't often take the time to stop and notice the positive aspects of a situation. 15. You're so good. Positive people like to spread positivity. They pay close attention to when others do well, and they are quick to tell them. Negative people say, why would I compliment people for things they're supposed to do? What they don't understand is, it's not about the compliment. It's about showing the other person that you notice them. A simple compliment can strengthen relationships and motivate the person to do even better. Positive people don't underestimate the power of encouraging words. And before I close out the EDU, I just want to read the attitude plaque that, like I said, I read every single day when I'm getting dressed, putting on makeup, or whatever I'm doing in here. The longer I live, the more I realize the impact of attitude on life. Attitude to me is more important than facts. It is more important than failures, than successes, than what other people think or say or do. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. It will make or break a company, a church, a home, which includes social media. The remarkable thing is we will embrace for that day. We cannot change our past. We cannot change the fact that people will act in a certain way. We cannot change the inevitable. The only thing we can do is play on one string we have, and that is our attitude. I am convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it. And so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. And that is our EDU for our lives. So yeah, y'all, just stay positive. I mean, if they cussing you out like a sailor, just say, I wish you the best. And I did. I said, I wish you the best. I'm sorry for what happened to you. I empathize with what is going on with you. But it's not cool to compare someone else's actions to somebody else that you just met. And stop being a social media nutcase and get out your feelings. And try to get to know a person first before you assume stuff about people, before you have a real conversation. A few minutes on the inbox is not a conversation to me. You know, like I said in my post, if you have a problem with me, call me. Especially if you have my phone number, you have my email. That made no sense to get on a comment box under a positive live and talk about negative things. And I know it's tough out there. And when I realized something, when I went Team 10 Student 1000, I was hit on every side. Family, friends, co-workers, upline, downline. It didn't matter. It just seemed like nobody was acting right. You know how you like fix a toy back in the day and that piece just didn't want to go in the puzzle? Yeah, stuff like that. It just, no matter how much you try to put the piece inside of it, and in this case, I used to play with Legos and Barbie dolls, and the arm broke. And I'm trying to put the arm in there, and the little hole supposed to go in the hole for it to snap, and it ain't acting right. You know. But I stayed focused. I kept working on it. And when I got frustrated, I put it down next to the arm and left it there for later. That's what you got to do with life. You can't get so mad that you get off focus on your whole day. You let one little thing mess up your whole day. That's what negative people do. They want to let one little thing mess up their whole day. And while you letting that one little thing mess up your whole day, you wasting time. Wasting time for an opportunity that passed you by because you want to be mad all day. That's your decision. Life is about choices and decisions. You're angry because you choose to get angry. Nobody makes you do what you don't want to do. You made the decision to do it. That means you wanted to do it. And that's the difference between positive and negative people. Positive people know that when I get angry, I chose to get angry. Negative people say you made me mad. That's the point I'm trying to make here. And then the call stop. The text stop. No more conversation. You're not sharing, liking, or anything anymore. So that, to me, and I could be wrong, to me that's petty. And you've been on that for a while. And it took you getting pissed off to really show me who you are. And sometimes I test people just to see what level that they on so I could be more relatable, not to pick on you. And I shouldn't be able to pick on anybody that I really don't know. It shouldn't even bother you. That's the difference between positive people and negative people. And in the social media, you guys are taking this too personal. We never met. My goodness. What could I have possibly done so wrong that you wasted not one, but 2 days on this conversation that had nothing to do with the topic of the live? That's my question. You know, if you got an answer for that one, can you please comment and tell me, can you make some sense of that? Maybe I'm not, relatable enough. But the difference between positive and negative, positive people are not people pleasers. They don't work to please people. Because it seems like no matter what you do and how you do it, somebody always going to have something to say. But that's a part of the personal development. That's part of the growth. That's part of being successful. That's a part of being popular. That's a part of who you're becoming. And you have to have enough courage to say, I'm not going to let this stop me. It happened. Okay. I'm going to do better. I'm going to go through these 15 differences and I'm going to know that failure is part of learning. I can do hard things. I always give my best. Say this stuff to your day. Say this to yourself, because what you're telling yourself is what you're going to act out. And you can get as mad as you want. I'm going to say it again. Your thinking has congratulated you. And your thinking brung you to that. But you didn't carry it out like you were supposed to. And 2, there is also consequences behind what you say and do. So be ready for the consequences when you open your mouth or you act out and you don't take the time to back the bus up and think before you speak. Okay? That's the difference. Ask yourself, what can I do better? I give power to what I focus on. People can change. I still have a lot to learn. Me, you, and everybody else around here. Let's go big. Have you heard about who are you building up? It's easy to tear somebody down. Who are you lifting up? It was not time for that. I'm sorry. I am my own worst enemy or best friend. Find out why not. You're not your best friend more so than you're your worst enemy. Find out. And I got the tools here. I got Swing by Dan Hawkins. I got How to Win Friends and Influence People. I got Personality Plus. I got The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Schwartz. It's here. Let me know if you need a copy. I'll be glad to send it to you. Teamwork makes the dream work. Magic of Thinking Big definitely deals with teamwork. Swing definitely deals with teamwork because it started off in baseball. That story is a baseball story by Dan Hawkins, New York Times bestseller. That's success. When you can take your discouragement and turn it into courage, that's success to me. What's your story? What's the bright side of this whole situation? You're so good at what you do. Like, I'm good at what I do. Not good at what everybody else does, but I know I'm good at what I do. And I'll definitely see you in nominations. Hey, don't forget, UMA Awards, Underground Music Awards is November 17th, 2018 at the 595 East Center in Atlanta, Georgia. And send Bernard Moore a friend request. Send Dre Radio Cafe's friend request. Send Andre Richmond a friend request. I'll see you out there. Shout out to you. Thank you for your support. Playing the Lost in Time hit single off the Miss Fabulous Love Chronicles mixtape R&B tape. Thank you so much for that. And now we are going to take a quick break. And when we come back, we're going to do Quote for the Day. Where Passion Comes From by Steve Keaton. So stay tuned. Don't go nowhere.
You want somebody else to believe in you? You gotta believe in you. I had to learn to love me, love me, love me. I had to learn to love me, love me, love me. I had to learn to love me, love me, love me. I had to learn to love me, love me, love me, love me. That's what I had to do. Love me. And you got to love you. What don't I love about me? What's not to love about me? Not as handsome as LL, question appearance proudly, heartbeat steadily sounding, taxing, scratching and scrounging, practicing to accept the pounding. Why them haters surround me? Do I really look that bad? Cause my eyes carry fat bags from hustling, trying to stack cash, or to just play and grab that. Why I don't have a six pack? Some say because of genetics. Self-hatred ancient like relics, no medics, no anesthetics, a fetish for no acceptance, no patience, piss in my presence, a matrix of mixing elements, left with the twisted questions of why. Do I feel unloved? Does it come from a lack of loving? Why when I look in the mirror naked? Why I feel like my sight is suffering? Struggle to meet my struggling. Why my thoughts I ain't loving them? Wrong and right trying to juggle them. Flex my muscles to muscle and anger is all I see, home. Much I can't speak on. Why don't love me, mom and pops and do wrong and they freak on. Love me. That's what I had to do. Love me. And you got to love you. Love me. That's what I had to do. Love me. You got to love you. Wondering is it me though? Try searching for a hero, thinking that I ain't good enough to be the one to lead those so-called people, so they can soar above ego with vocal sequels, tote evil like bold evil, searching for dirt when I speed load. My anger increase flows in prison whites or street clothes. Rhythmic high jumper show 'em that I can reach more and see more than just club hopping and hustling kilos. Gripping the mic like it was so precious and I was Smeagol. Kick down the door to get a better view than just a peephole. Letting go like I'm a wild animal that's feral. Wouldn't you be crazy to spend 20 years of free flows? So with no repo, cause my world's beyond remote. I'm loving me, so I don't need no requote or revoke. Love me. That's what I had to do. Love me. And you got to love you.
work is going to fill a large part of your life. And the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found it yet, keep looking and don't settle. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it. Steve Jobs. Where passion comes from. August 5th, 2018, Steve Keating. I enjoy seeing and working with people who are passionate about what they do. Their passion and the enthusiasm it creates is contagious. Passion can be a twin-edged sword, however, when it's allowed to overflow into emotional outbursts. You should never use your passion as an excuse for losing control of your emotions. I've often heard people apologize by saying, quote, "Sorry, I got upset and yelled. It's just that I'm passionate about this." When passion becomes an excuse, it loses its power to make things happen. But overall, I love passion. When people are passionate about what they do, it shows in how they do it. Passionate people are the ones who make a positive difference in the lives of other people. It's by making that difference that they make the world a better place too. Passion comes from knowing. Do not expect people to be passionate about the things they know little or nothing about. The little piece of advice in the last sentence keeps me from being overly frustrated when working with people who don't give a damn about their work, their company, their customers, or their coworkers. They have never invested the time required to develop the empathy that comes from knowing other points of view. They have empathy for what they know, and they only know themselves. While it's frustrating to work with people who don't care, especially when you do, you can't make the mistake of allowing their lack of passion to suck the passion out of you. You will need to redream your dream from time to time. Consider where your passion originally came from and revisit that place often. Never lose your passion for what you do and the positive effect it has on people. Remember that when the positive passion goes out the door, your positive attitude won't be far behind. And that is our quote for the day. So that's really all I had to say. Good afternoon, morning, and evening, and I will see you soon. Peace.
We are now transferring you to a customer care rep. Please hold the line and we will answer your call as soon as possible. Thank you for choosing us. By the way, to ensure you're getting great service, your call may be recorded or monitored.